Mike Mendoza, head wrestling coach at State-Bakersfield, here at the NWCA convention for not just the Leadership Academy, but the convention itself. But you took part in the Leadership Academy the last 2 days. First of all, with the group sessions, what was the biggest thing you got out of the Leadership Academy and your small groups in the mentor program?
You know, I think the biggest thing I got out of the coaching academy was working with the mentors. You know, the one-on-one time with mentors to ask specific questions that you know, I think pertain to my program particularly. You know, I'm in a different situation than most programs where you've got to fundraise and sustain our program. So being able to talk and get ideas on fundraising, and as a new head coach, all the tasks that come with shifting from an assistant head coach to a head coach, the one-on-one time with the mentors was the biggest thing I got from the academy.
Do you think the fact that it's a melting of the minds, you've been under TJ for a long time at Bakersfield, as a mentor, he is obviously giving you a bunch of knowledge and information, but what's it like getting it from different angles and maybe different coaches you've never thought about possibly asking some of the same questions?
You know, I mean, to me, if I could pick my path in coaching, it would have been to wrestle under as many head coaches as I could have every 2-3 years, just to get a wealth of knowledge. I mean, working with Coach Kerr was fantastic. Learned a lot. But talking to Greg Strobel this weekend and getting his insight, talking to Rob Cole a few weeks ago, getting his insight, and it's like having an encyclopedia for coaching, and it's can't replace that. You know, those guys have experience and insight that takes many years to learn. So,
as far as the Cal State Bakersfield program, it's still back, it's there. What is the status of the program moving forward? What do you guys need to do, or what are you guys doing to sustain not just the program on a year-to-year basis, but long-term viability?
We have, fortunately, a great group of supporters and alumni in town, in Bakersfield, that you know, I've really ran with the fundraising and getting support financially from the community, and you know, we've got you know, just a number of people, you know, and really too many to list, but you know, Steve Neal's been a great contributor to the whole process, and we have a couple of events. We've got one coming up this Saturday, heading back to, but you know, basically we have a couple fundraising events with just a lot of people supporting it financially, including a foundation. So we're really looking forward to getting our funding just set in place. I feel confident that, you know, we'll be able to do that for the future. And
the program's got a very proud history, not just with producing All-American, but placing very high as a team. For many years as a Division II institution, wrestling up Division I. With the whole school going Division I, it's obviously created some balances on where the focus of the school is, but your focus is on your athletes and your team. How have you tried to put those distractions away? As, you know, coming in now as a head coach, you've got those things you got to worry about, but your athletes are still, you know, a very important part of that. How have you tried to keep them, I guess, essentially sane through this whole process, the guys that are coming back? You know,
I've just tried to take you know, the part that's taken place, and we've been flipped upside down the past, you know, few months, but just trying to keep them on a path of, you know, their focus is academically and athletically, and just letting them know that, you know, let the coaches take care of, you know, some of the things they're getting distracted with right now, and their focus has to be on the academics and the athletics, and let us take care of the business side of it. And you know, it's difficult to do that, and it's difficult to for them to do that. But they trust me, they trust the coaching staff, and we're going to be able to accomplish it. So that answer.
Goals for this season?
Well, right now my goal is, you know, I'm putting together a coaching staff, and you know, really, I'm just going to try and keep our guys focused on getting as good as we can. We've got a few weeks left of training before we actually start school, and you know, I don't like to put certain goals. You know, I think there's a lot of things you learned at this convention just recently. You know, my focus is to get our team in the best shape possible, get them performing the best they can, and get the most out of the guys that we have on our team. We got a pretty good team returning, and you know, biggest thing is just keep things as normal as possible. You know, our focus is going to be on wrestling.
As a whole, with with this past year going back to the threatening of the program, not just in Bakersfield, but Fullerton and Davis. What's it going to take to make sure that this doesn't happen anymore? That Bakersfield's no longer threatened, Fullerton's no longer threatened. Programs like Davis do not go away. Recently had a national champion. What's it going to take, at least from your perspective, to make college wrestling extremely important to the California, the higher education system, whether it be the UC system or the state system?
Yeah, I think it comes down to us being, right now we're a little bit reactive. We see the writing on the wall. It's for us it was really getting our community behind us. We were on the chopping block, and we survived it, and we've got to do a lot of things to prevent it from ever happening again. I think most of the schools out here realize that they've got to be proactive. They've got to do all the things. That's the point of this coaching convention. You learn there's a lot of areas that you've got to focus on as a coach of a program, and the NWCA is doing a terrific job educating coaches on what needs to be done to put themselves in the position where they're an asset to their university and the community. And when tough decisions are made, they're not looking at wrestling.